Okay, so about Dad. Don't tell him what we found. Please. It'd just worry him for no reason.
How are you holding up? After finding out what we found out.
I'm guessing about as well as you. Not great. Let me go calm my father down. I'm pretty sure he's ready to call the National Guard.
I bet he is.
Anna.
Maybe give her a few moments with Joe before you barge in. Also, take a few moments for yourself as well. You used to live here, and now some other guy, Nick, of all people, was living here.
Oh yeah, this is freaking awkward.
Things are different. She's different. You're different.
I'm really curious when this friend of ours came about. What a strange thing. I know that this game was originally like it was going in a different direction, and they changed it quite a bit. So I wonder what the original vision was, because it just seems like this guy kind of comes out of nowhere, right? Seems exactly the same. I hope I'm different enough. We can handle it.
I think I can handle this. Hopefully.
Keep in mind, Sam, no matter how much you want to, you can never go home again.
Okay. Andy's gone. Oh yeah, I wanted to take a look at the journal because you've probably got some updates. Sam. Nick's accident report was shoddy. I can't count on the police anymore. Worse, they might think I killed Dennis. I mean, yeah, you're definitely the #1 suspect. You're walking around town looking for him. You got into a fight with him. You walked around the newspaper office, leaving all kinds of tracks. You're carrying that picture that you took from Nick's desk. So I'm not sure dragging Anna into this was smart. Probably not. Nick was investigating something. He always wanted to break a big story. But in the end, did it fizzle out? Like he said to Walter? Or was he just keeping things to himself? Probably keeping things to himself. Now that I've been to the site where Nick had his fatal crash, I'm convinced it wasn't an accident. Drunk driving and speeding just doesn't square with his personality. Getting in over his head with an investigation does, unfortunately. I'm going to, like, he went into town to meet with someone, and it was somehow related to the job growth of the city. Maybe it's like a politician. Maybe it's like some corruption he's investigating. Anna. After I found Dennis murdered, Anna and I called the cops. We tried to cover our tracks as much as possible. I'm not happy about Anna getting mixed up in this, but being honest with her feels like the only right thing to do in this whole mess. Realizing that Nick's death could only have been murder brought me focus and clarity, but for Anna, it was a shock. She barely had time to react, but there's no doubt it hit her hard. I'd also wanted to check the stats. 82% of people decided to listen to Anna and call the cops after finding Dennis's body. And we accepted Anna's offer to come with me to the crash site, 81%. What else is there? Meet Christina. Yeah. I think we already checked these ones out. And there's something about the investigation. Nick's death was murder, not an accident. Implications for Anna to consider. There's been a break-in at her house. Unlikely to be a coincidence. Her father's already here. That complicates things. Need to go talk to Joe.
The last time I was here, I was shoving way too many boxes into a trunk that couldn't fit them all.
I wonder if we can look around a bit first. Nope.
It's fine, Dad. I can handle this.
Someone broke into my daughter's house and you want me to just sit by and wait?
Yes, that is exactly what I want you to do. Don't you have an appointment?
I always have an appointment. I'm at the doctor's more often than I'm home. Sam, talk some sense into my daughter here.
Yeah, it's a crazy day we're having. Joe could help. Yeah.
You know, Anna, Joe's pretty sharp for an old man who can't walk.
That's right. And Sam here's got a good mind for a fool-headed kid.
Dad, I love you. And I love that you want to protect me, but please, it'll be okay. Go to your doctor's appointment. The police will be here soon.
I'm just belly aching. It's your house. Your rules. I'll leave you to it.
Thank you.
Before I head off, Sam, you tell me if something was going on, right? Anna's brave and she's strong, but she's also stubborn.
Dad, I told you I can take care of myself.
And I'm old enough to know when things ain't right. You tell me now, Sam. You tell me if my little girl is in danger. I can't watch over her anymore, so I need you to keep her safe.
Stop talking about me like I'm not here.
Joe, I don't know.
She's all I have left. Promise me you'll protect her. I need your word.
Wow. Heavy. Joe's really laying on the paternal guilt. I can't promise something like that. I don't know what might happen. He just wants to feel like someone is looking out for her. I can't blame him.
And what if I can't keep that promise?
Then refuse. All I know is I personally couldn't say no to a desperate father.
I promise I will never die. I mean, shoot. We're gonna do our best to take care of her.
I still can't hide anything from you.
Sam, don't.
I won't lie, Joe. There is something going on. It could be dangerous, but I'll make sure Anna doesn't get mixed up in it.
Well, I mean, I've already broken that promise.
I'm trusting you on this.
Oh no!
I'm not some kid. I decide what I get mixed up in.
You can't blame me for looking after you.
I just didn't want you to worry. You're both so patronizing. I'm heading inside.
We've
Say
picked
hi.
our glasses persona like 3 times in a row, I think. Are we gonna become him? Sam's a really interesting character.
I need to get in there eventually. But maybe I should look around the property first.
I'm not sure I really like him. I know, what do you guys think? Vehicle tracks could be robber, mud and grass make it hard to tell. Okay. What does the journal say? Join Anna inside the house. Joe. I had to give Joe my word that I'd keep Anna safe. Words, promises. These things come easy to other people. Joe seems to take them very seriously. Anna had an update. I should have known Anna hates nothing more than old-fashioned fake chivalry. But I intend to keep that promise. Alright. We already got her wrapped up in this, so I don't we kind of have already broken that promise. But we're gonna do our best to keep her safe. Probably gonna come out and investigate stuff, right? Forest trail leads to Nick's shack. Takes about an hour.
I used to follow it down to the shack every other week for Fishing Sunday.
Fishing Friday has a better ring to it. Just saying. Go on the side door. Huh. No way we could hop over that. I wanted to check out this gazebo. Joan's Red Baron. Been staying there for a long time.
It's bugs. She probably brought it over one time when she came with Nick.
Staying there for a long... It's a weird way of saying that. I know that the development team is French. It sounds kind of like the way a French person would say that. Favorite spot in the
It was
garden?
great to come back from work, sit down, and read until the sun went down.
Useful for stargazing in the winter.
Anna and I spend our nights out here, trying to find all the constellations.
Okay. Is there a dead body in there? No traces to recover from here. Paint bucket. Anna's put a lot of elbow grease into the house. That's white paint. And I don't see, I don't see much. I guess she painted over here. All right. Planted within the last year, doing well. Nicking his green thumb. Garden shed. Looks intact. That's not painted either. Oh, what's this? Oh, Mine Palace.
Anna never got rid of this sign.
House for sale. Sold.
I think the happiest I ever saw Anna was the day she bought this place.
Someone call that number, quick. Don't actually call the number, guys. Or if you do, tell me. Tell me what you get. But don't actually call the number.
I want everyone to know this house is sold. You're mine. I own you now. It might be 200 years before it's paid off, but it's mine.
So, when can I start moving my own stuff in?
After you finish carrying all my stuff in.
Sure, but that means I get to choose which side of the bed I'm sleeping on.
What? No. You're gonna sleep on the side closest to the door.
Why's that?
So if someone breaks in, you can fight them off.
I thought she didn't like
And
chivalry.
Because I like being near the window.
Somehow I feel like it's entirely the
Oh,
second
okay.
thing and not at all the first.
We can talk about all this after my stuff's inside.
But all your stuff's so heavy.
Which is why I need your help. Don't slack, Sam. This house isn't gonna decorate itself. And I want you to be part of that.
Man, he seems so happy. Was it really just this case, like this, or this one, story? Or was it like his personality that took him down this destructive path? I think that was probably a memento, right? No, huh? Surprised by that. Wheelchair ramp built after Joe's accident. Okay, let's go in. Oh, wait, there's more. Funeral bouquet. Faded a day or so ago. Anna doesn't pick them up.
Sent from a mourner. Anna probably couldn't handle taking it inside.
Guess we'll also leave it here. Looks like some broken glass there.
Shattered glass. This is how whoever it was broke into the house.
It was him! He did it!
Anna is not well. This time, at least, try to be there for her. Anna? Anna, are you okay? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no. She needs you, buddy. Needs me? I don't even think she knows I'm here. What am I supposed to do? Something. Anything. It's the thought, the effort. Get her a drink. Just show her you're here. I'm not sure how a drink will make her feel better about murders and break-ins. But I guess I've heard worse ideas.
It's hopeless.
She kept the drinks in the kitchen, in one of the pantries.
Let's snoop around first.
This feels like the only part of the house I recognize. Whatever punk broke in here wrecked it. There.
That's good. That's a nice start. The song Anna played at the wake, Nick's favorite. Belonged to her mother. Thankfully survived the break-in.
Good thing it's intact. It's about the last thing Anna has of her mother.
Books. Mostly sociology, history, and writing manuals. Same as before. Vinyls. Rivals the National Recording Registry in certain genres. Picks everything else up. Medical bills. Too high for Joe to cover on his own.
Anna has to be helping her dad out with these. I'm not sure it's enough.
That sucks. Placeholders poster. Anna might be their biggest fan.
Anna always wanted to take me to concerts. They were just never my thing.
He was more into hanging out in his mind palace.
Anna would pace around the house for hours, then sit down and write her articles in one go.
I'm kind of like that too. I like to really create something, I have to visualize it and then start. I don't know if what you guys are like, but once I get started, like, I've got it, you know? Anna's posters. She always needed to make her space for... Why does it say W? Is that why?
Cheesy action movies, dark thrillers, and human rights. The melting pot of Anna.
That's strange. What happens if I hit W? Oh. It switches to the mouse. And now it's Y. Oh, weird. So nice in here. Our fortress of solitude.
Sam, what are you doing? I called for dinner like a dozen times. It's gonna get cold. I am not your mom, you know. Working on an article is no reason to ignore basic politeness, Sam.
Huh. He just does not hear her.
Fine. You can eat your dinner cold for all I care. I'm done waiting for you.
So, she's taking that as him not liking her, but it's probably more just he's so focused, right? What an interesting character. Like I said, I don't think that I necessarily like him, but interesting character to think about. A new perspective. Each year, Greenmount Primary School showcases new talent in an art contest. Amidst a jungle of creativity, one particular piece caught my eye. I guess I shouldn't say I don't dislike him. I don't really understand him yet, and maybe that'll change, or I hope that'll change as we go through this. Maybe I'll learn to like him more. But right now I'm just kind of confused. A particular piece caught my eye, a cryptid figure that refused to reveal its true nature to me. Unable to pierce the paper, young Timothy Brown had to step it. It's interactive, he said, pointing out above. You have to fold it out. One layer after another, the truth revealed itself. The cryptid slowly gave way to a map of Basswood. Cryptid. I've heard that before. I don't really remember what it is, though. If you think you've seen it all, take a moment to look at what the new generation has to say. Might be surprised I was by Anna.
Anna always was more interested in people than cold, hard facts.
Very different from him, eh?
Not surprised Anna keeps this letter. I'd keep it too.
Dear Miss Miller, my dad says... Okay, look, it might be easier to read it this way. My dad says writing thank you letters is what you do when someone is very nice, so I hope you like mine. I would like to thank you very much. Oh, very, very much, sorry, for how you wrote about me. I don't know why you thought my drawing was worth talking about over the others, but it was very, very nice of you to talk about it. My dad put your article on the fridge and circled my name. Kind of scared some people might have gone and seen it and been disappointed, but maybe not. If I ever win another art contest, I'll tell you. Sincerely, Timothy Brown. That's nice. Travel journal, still waiting to be filled.
I got this for Anna's birthday after she mentioned wanting to travel more.
Anna, oh, there you go. We found the last one for Anna. Anna loved daydreaming about exotic places. She turned it into a game, asking you where you'd go if you could drop everything and travel the world. She wanted to see Paris, London, Shanghai, Vietnam, Berlin, and more. She talked for hours about the places, the museums, the people, the languages. You said you preferred a hike in the mountains, miles away from people. She laughed and suggested the Himalayas. But you had the hiking trail around Basswood in mind. You brought her that journal to humor her. Maybe she knew. Maybe she thought she'd convince you one day. Either way, she's kept the journal. The pages are still empty. Shit, that's pretty sad. I like how we did all that while she's just sitting there. What the fuck, Sam? I guess I should say, what the fuck me? Huh. Picture. Taken down after Joe's accident. Wanted it put back.
Finally, there.
Huh. Him. Just him.
Making a drink for Anna would be a good way to show her you're here for her.
Him.
She's not gonna want something cold. Always said cold drinks are for parties.
Okay, we can inspect this, though.
Even when he messed up, Nick always found the right words.
I'm sorry about yesterday, you're right. I have been distant. Things have been pretty messy at work lately. You don't have to forgive me, but if you'd like to invite me to a concert, I'll just leave these two here. Yes, there might be some pepperoni rolls in the fridge. Delicious. France?
And I always wanted to visit France. But life is just too strange for me there.
Wait.
And I always wanted to visit France. But life is just too strange for me there.
Life is too strange for me there. He has a very interesting way of speaking.
Anna's favorite band. Smooth as always,
Ah, the
Nick.
placeholders, okay. Saturday, May 27th. It's this music in the background. Closets. Search seemed thorough. Wine bottle. Empty onto the floor. Pure vandalism?
Who takes the time to have a drink in the middle of a break-in?
I mean, I guess it could be purely coincidental, right? Feel like it. Pantry.
She normally keeps some drinks in the pantry.
It's been a while, Sam. Things have changed around here. You feel like looking at old keepsakes?
No.
Gonna say, probably doesn't. I thought he said there's drinks in there, though. No, it's just not. Doesn't want to take the risk.
Ah, here's where she keeps the drinks.
Let's go whiskey. Let's not lime juice. Some delicious lime juice. Let's go with the whiskey. I can't select it. Okay, this is really annoying. I can't. There we go.
People in film noirs always offer a stiff drink in times like this. Might work.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I don't know, though. I think Sam is like, he doesn't quite get it, does he? He'd probably give her chocolate milk. Ah!
She used to drink this every day in middle school. Brings her back to being 10.
Okay.
Don't stress about what drink you bring her. It's just bringing it that matters.
No, I
Or
feel like
go-to
Sam would
soft
stress
drink.
about this.
She actually likes to drink this stuff straight. Could do.
Now let's go with the whiskey.
On the
Okay.
bright side, I don't think it's possible to make her feel worse. You're not helping.
Oh, I noticed his jacket's torn up there. Eh?
Yes, I am. Yes, you are. Thanks.
There's sentimental value to the chocolate milk, so it wasn't this funny. Wait, did we grab the drink? Guess so. Oh, I could go upstairs, eh? Let's go upstairs.
I know you want to help her
Oh.
by finding out what happened. Right now, though, stay focused on Anna. She needs to know she's not alone.
Okay, I wanted to snoop through her shit while she's busy, but he's right.
Here, might take the edge off.
Wait,
That's sweet.
whiskey and
I
a
assumed
coffee
you'd already
mug?
gone to look around and, I don't know, think. This is just so fucked. Nick, my house,
Sam, you should distract her. Get her talking or thinking about anything else.
my stuff, everything is trashed. Is this like the worst coincidence? Or is it related to Nick's death? Did his murderer break into my house? God.
You're not alone. Here, have a drink. It'll help.
See how she reacts.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's helping a bit.
We're helping!
Hey, are you feeling better?
Yeah. Thank you, Sam. Sorry, I just kind of lost it for a second there.
Yeah. I mean, careful, Sam. You know you can be indelicate. She needs your support right now.
I mean, it hasn't been an easy week, you know? And I've got the feeling it isn't over yet.
Ask him? What? I'm here for you.
Whatever happens, you're not alone. We'll face it together.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I needed to hear that.
Okay, good
Reminding her
start.
she has people to lean on is a great start.
This whole thing is a mess. But honestly, it's been a mess for a while.
Sam is just a mess of a
Like,
person, eh?
everything was fine, you know? Nick moved in. It was nice. But lately, he just closed himself off. He'd been gone most nights. At the bar or the fishing shack. come home late, refusing to talk about his work. It got unbearable. It was almost like I was living with you all over again.
It doesn't feel good, but she needs to get this off her chest. Don't be too harsh on her.
Oh my god, something just occurred to me, and I don't know why this didn't occur to me before. Is it us? Like this whole multiple personality thing? Is that how it's gonna pan out? Oh my god. That's what it's gonna be, isn't it? We're both to blame. I kind of missed what she said. Hold on. I could see that, can't I? Conversation history? No conversation history. Shit. I'm sure Sam deserved it.
You're right. I shut you out, and I'm sorry.
The past is the past. None of what's happening now is your fault.
I pulled a Sam there.
I'm just lashing out. It's just having you in the house. It's bringing back a lot of things. We had a good time. So many memories here, both bad and great.
We did have a good time, yeah.
But then came Dad's accident. The mine investigation. Your proposal. I still feel horrible about how it all happened.
Is it being, like,
But
being rejected?
You understand why I said no, right?
I didn't listen to you. Yeah. That seems to be correct.
You didn't want a ring. You told me before. I thought it was what you're supposed to do. I thought maybe it'd save us.
That's a nice thought. I feel like you're listening now. And I thank you for that. You know? It ended so abruptly, you and I. I don't think I ever took the time to really process what happened. I wonder if it would have ended the same way with Nick.
This is a cool conversation.
My relationship with him was as doomed as my relationship with you. The way Nick closed himself off to me the last few weeks.
Similar, because he's writing a story,
Maybe
right?
It's just me.
Similar
Maybe
situation.
I can't bear to live with someone, to truly share my life.
She has a type.
To make compromises and all that.
I'm not asking him. Not Nick. Are we upset? Are we getting upset that she's comparing us to Nick?
It wasn't your fault that Nick closed himself off. No one makes someone distant, especially someone like Nick. It must have been on his side. He was dealing with something dark. I know that's why I closed people off. I never spoke to Nick again after leaving town.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
It doesn't matter anyway now, does it? He's dead, and whatever we had is done. And we're on our own if we're gonna find out who killed him. I'm not backing down from this, no matter what we find. What about you?
Yeah, I mean...
Need to clear my name, not leaving you alone.
You can count on me, Anna. We're in this until the end.
That's good. That's really good. Let's see this to the end, and, well, we'll see what happens when we get there, right?
Whatever happens, we're in this together.
Can you take a look upstairs? I still need a moment. Let me make sure I'm done crying and all that.
I feel like Sam's going to make an
time.
effort to
I'll tell you if anything's wrong.
to make things right.
Thanks.
Smooth talker completed. Journal update. Damn. We're a smooth talker. Anna and I had the talk about Nick, about us, about everything that went wrong. I felt better afterwards. I think she did too. We're in this together. Not like before where it seemed like we were just doing our own thing. I'm still not sure I said the right things to Anna, but I do feel lighter. I think we both do. Somehow it feels like we're in this together. You know what, guys? It feels like we're in this together. Me and YouTube viewers, we're doing this. I'm going upstairs. Wait, I want to go downstairs first. Can I go downstairs? No. Okay, I want to go upstairs. Picture. Oh, I missed a picture.
As far as Bug was concerned, this was her real house.
Oh, that's nice. Joe's first birthday after the
I
accident.
remember taking this photo. God, seeing it like this. It's not what Anna needed.
I like the little subtle zoom ins and stuff. Like it's really slick.
The door is closed. Huh. She never used to lock it.
Something feels very amiss here, right? Also, kind of how she said she wanted to be alone for a bit.
It looks like Joan's using this room now.
All of a sudden, after
Anna must
saying
have been letting her use it when she stayed over.
we're in this together, seemed a bit strange to me. Joan's things have been fully searched. Joan's things, okay. Joan's homework. Smart, but easily distracted.
Got the A, corrected the teacher, but still forgot the date.
Obviously, a kid's desk was still ransacked. Mr. Unicorn, Bug's oldest friend.
Mr. Unicorny.
Mr. Unicorny.
You and Joan have been inseparable since the day she was born.
It's the eye. Joan's plushie. Remember the night Joan showed up here? When you and Anna were still together? She was looking for you. She said she'd had a fight with her mom, so she packed Mr. Unicorny and her PJs in a bag. Could she spend the night? Anna took Joan in while you called her mother to let her know she was safe. By the time you hung up the phone, the two of them were baking cookies and laughing in the kitchen. Now Joan is older and her dad had moved in with Anna. Do you think maybe they still bake cookies? A good detective would note the absence of Joan's more recent personal belongings. Huh. Interesting.
This used to be her old bed. First thing she bought when she settled in.
Whole room has been
Not
rashed.
your standard thief. Too destructive. Oh, maybe trying to send a message?
Mind Palace. Said it looked like it was just after 10 there on the clock. It's always that pool table in the background, eh? Like we missed an important clue there or something.
Come on, work, you piece of junk. Come on, work, you piece of junk. I know you're awake.
No, I'm not.
Then how are you talking?
I'm a celebrated sleep talker.
Come on, get up. I need your help.
Did you try rebooting it? That's honestly all I got.
I have tried that. If I don't get this done by noon, Walter won't run the article. What do I do?
Okay. Let me see it.
Thank you. It just won't respond to anything. Do you want a back rub while you work?
As your hero, it's the least you could do.
I'll do more than that, my white knight.
Oh, you will, my princess of the typefaces.
Of course. When you fix it.
Okay. Wait, is there an update? No. Little character moment. Okay. What else of interest? Oh.
As if her week wasn't bad enough already. I should erase it. But then the police wouldn't get the burglar's handwriting.
Let's keep it. Twin toothbrushes. Nick was very moved in.
Why is it so dark in here?
Because the shades are... What? Search cupboards. Anna's stuff is still here. Okay. Wait, it says 1750 in there. But then it said... Say just past 10? Maybe I misread it. It's not even the same one. Everything changes.
This room feels so different now. It felt like mine once, but it never was.
Tapestry. Bought it together. Favorite piece of art in the house.
I asked Anna what this was once, and she laughed at me. I still don't know what it is.
Like a kaleidoscopy. Stuck!
I guess Anna must have left it on, but she had her laptop with her. Is this Nick's?
Checking his laptop. Oh, oh shit! Are they still here?
Huh? Is someone downloading something off Nick's laptop?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Not the soap! Can't really see them. It's good with that soap, though.
Sam! Sam! Who was that? Sam! Are you okay?
I think whoever trashed your house just trashed me.
Can you stand?
Yeah. The headache isn't as bad as the one I had this morning.
I couldn't get a good look at them. They just sprinted out of the house, and I heard some weird, loud engine drive off.
Well, whoever it was, they were dumping data off Nick's computer.
A weird, loud
Must have interrupted
engine.
them.
There's no trace of whatever he took. So what do we even do now?
We need Nick's backups, if he has any. Did he ever do anything like that? Boxes in the attic, files to the cloud, another computer? Did he have anywhere besides here and the Basswood jungle he kept things?
No. No, I don't think so. I don't...
Think so.
Actually, over the last few months, remember I mentioned Nick has been going out a lot to that old fishing shack his family owns.
I know the one. I went there with Nick and Bug a few times.
He went mostly in the evenings. Most nights, really. Said he was night fishing.
But if he was secretly using it as a second office...
It'd be worth taking a look.
I wonder if we could have...
Your father called. Said there'd been a break-in?
I wonder if we could have caught that
here
dude.
2 minutes ago? They'll arrest me if they found Dennis's body.
You go out the back. I'll talk to Bess and keep her busy.
If you're sure, I'll go to the fishing shack. It sounds like if Nick was hiding something, it might be there.
Wouldn't she kind of see him by looking through the...
I was just in the bathroom. Be
through
right
the
out.
front window there?
Go.
It's even broken. I think you'd probably see him, right? Not a very good cop.